Hi everyone! Today I am doing part 3 of my February project Life. I'm using Design A for this spread. I'm using the same pink color combination as I've been using in the previous February project Life posts. These pictures I have printed from my Canon Selphy because I didn't have enough photos to do a batch print. I am cutting them off where it's a little bit outside the perforated edge if you have a Canon Selphy. I think it helps it keep to the 4x6 size, but for me it doesn't matter whether it's really a true 4x6. I only really have 2 slots open to fill in, so I picked out 2 pink cards and I thought they would work really well. They're actually not the 2 right now in my layout. I will change them up in a bit. So for this first photo, it's a photo I snagged from one of the videos I had taken when we were up in Vermont. And it's a picture of me voting for my favorite ice sculpture. One of the towns, actually several of the towns, were doing ice sculptures, and we picked one to go check out. When we arrived, they were still actually working on their ice sculptures. Part of their event was to actually vote for your favorite. So we walked around and I picked out my favorite, which was the polar bear. And I have a picture of that ice sculpture right below it. For this spread, I used a lot of these pink cut apart sheet where it has a lot of phrases. The one that I placed on top of my voting photo was "Let the sun shine through your heart." That particular day, it was actually pretty warm up in Vermont. Compared to last year's President's Day weekend, it was really, really nice. I took a little tag and I wrote that I am voting for my favorite sculpture. And then underneath it, I put a pink cut apart sheet that says "Creativity takes courage." And I added another tag there that says "My favorite polar bears." For the photo next to it, I used another pink cut apart word and it said "Ridiculously amazing." I started off writing on some washi tape, but I didn't like how the pen was smearing on the washi tape. So I actually grabbed my typewriter and decided to type out "Torchlight Parade," which is what that really bright red black photo is. It was late in the evening, and we went to one of the ski resort mountains to watch a bunch of the skiers ski down the mountain with torchlights. And I thought that was really cool. After they all came down to the bottom of the mountain, they actually set off fireworks for us to watch. So that was really pretty. That's the bottom left-hand photo, and I'm adding the word fireworks. I also add another pink word cutout sheet that says "Whoa." And that pretty much concluded our Saturday up in Vermont. On Sunday, my boyfriend wasn't feeling very well, so we actually didn't do too much. I don't have any pictures documenting Sunday. What I do have are pictures of us documenting the day we left, which was the Monday. We usually stop by a Vermont country store on our way out. It's on the way home. And we're always there to check out all the free samples they have, and definitely their maple syrup. So the top photo in the upper right-hand corner is a picture of my boyfriend looking at all the different maple syrups and which one to purchase. I ended up pulling my typewriter to type out some journaling for the top and bottom photo. For the top photo, I just wrote "Vermont is famous for maple syrup, many, many options to choose from." And the bottom photo is also from the Vermont Country Store. It's a picture of my favorite potato chips. They are the white truffle and Parmesan ones. I apologize for this awful lighting. The sun decided to come out and shine really brightly through the windows. One of the open spots I used as a journaling card, and I just put down a little bit about the weekend up in Vermont with my boyfriend. To make sure I wrote straight, I used a piece of scratch paper to make my lines first. I wrote about how my boyfriend's parents told us about the activities in the different towns in Vermont. We went to check out the ice sculptures, we walked around the town, we even grabbed some lunch with his parents. Later in the evening, we went up to the ski resort to check out the Torchlight Parade and some fireworks. Now for the other card, I actually decided I needed some more journaling space. I decided to replace it with another card that says Perfectly Imperfect, and I wanted to write about how my boyfriend wasn't feeling well, so we ended up staying in on Sunday, and it was just perfectly imperfect. I added a few more embellishments, like these cute puffy shaped hearts. Then I remembered there was something I wanted to use on my Project Life page. It was this brown paper bag that I had gotten at the Vermont Country Store, and I wanted to include part of the bag on the page. It was this circular label that was on their bag, and it says Guaranteed Forever, Vermont Country Store, 1946. So I added it to the bottom of my layout where I had a photo of my favorite potato chips. I pulled off the journaling I already had attached and the number 20 representing the date that we were there. I just glued the paper circle to the right side of the photo. I trimmed off the excess and I reattached my journaling and added the 20 right in the middle of the paper bag circle. That was the front part to my pocket page. Now for the back. I had a couple more photos of us up in Vermont and a couple of photos to close out the rest of February. I again needed to trim off the edges of my photos because I printed them on my Canon Selfie. The upper photos on the top portion of the pocket page are pictures I had taken in Manchester, Vermont. We went to a bookstore and I found out that we were actually also in the outlet town, so I found a Kate Spade to go into. The photos in the middle are photos of my uncle and grandma's gravestones because we went to the cemetery later in the month. And then the bottom photo is a photo with me and my new typewriter, in addition to the one I already have. I asked my godfather for a cursive typewriter, which I've been really wanting for a while. I found one on eBay that looked exactly like the one I have. So I have twin typewriters, but one is a regular font, and then the other one I have is now a cursive font. The other side that I just had done, the journaling I did was on the cursive typewriter. I thought that would be a nice touch since I am going to be scrapbooking about that typewriter on this page. For this page, I decided to use a Monday through Sunday card in my open space, and then use another card that said Rewind. And then the bottom right-hand corner, I used a mint color with a white cream butterfly in the center. There were a couple of sayings that I liked on the pink word cut-apart sheet, so I stapled the ones that I liked onto the butterfly card. I picked All Day, Every Day, Can't Stop, Won't Stop, and Miss You. And that's in reference to the gravestone photos that I have right above it. And then for the rewind card, I also read about how if I could rewind time, I would tell my grandmother and my uncle how much I love them, and that I can't. But I always know that they're with me in spirit and that I miss them. It actually was my boyfriend's idea to go visit them since we haven't been there in a while, so I went and bought them some flowers to add to their gravestone vases. I only add a couple of things onto the gravestone pictures. I added a canvas sticker, and on top I added an XO, and then another canvas sticker on top of the one on the left, and added a gold glittered heart. I had done some more journaling for my typewriter photo on my brand new cursive typewriter. I wrote, "Oh my god, I couldn't be more excited for this cursive typewriter to arrive. When I found a near identical typewriter on eBay, I asked for it for my birthday, and I love it. I knew it was what I wanted. It matches my normal font typewriter." So I spread out my journaling on top of my typewriter photo, leaving enough space for you to see the handles of my typewriter, and all the peanuts that it came packaged in. Because I cut out my journaling into strips, I did use my fine line applicator to help glue the strips of journaling on top. On the Monday through Sunday card, I just wrote down that we were in Manchester, Vermont on Monday, and then on Saturday we went to the cemetery. I added a big love canvas sticker and a couple more puffy hearts. For the photos on top, I had also gotten a brown paper bag from the bookstore. I had bought a really pretty constellation calendar, and I saved the bag so that I can cut out the name of the bookstore and attach it to the upper portion of my photo since I couldn't get the bookstore sign in my photo. I'm really loving these puffy hearts, so I'm adding a bunch throughout my page. Some on my typewriter photo, some on the mint green card. I grabbed a label and did some quick journaling about how my boyfriend loves bookstores and how we stopped at this one on our way home, and then how we also went to Kate Spade after that. Because my label was a lot longer than I needed it to be, I decided to have it start on one photo and then just attach it to the other photo on the other side. And that completes my February project life. If you liked this video, please give me a thumbs up. If you have any comments or questions, please leave them below. And I hope you have a crafty day.